One thought flows on from another. One feeling flows on from another. One memory flows on from another. One daydream flows on from another. One fantasy flows on from another. One dream flows on from another. One day flows on from another. One life flows on from another. One world flows on from another. One universe flows on from another. And sometimes thoughts, feelings, lives are revisited. It's like a mighty river rushing onwards. Sometimes that river is just flowing straight. Sometimes there are little eddies, little whirlpools, where the river revisits itself before proceeding on. This is how things are. And the Yoga Vasistha reflects this. It's reflecting it most amazingly in the story of the sage and the hunter, which is being told by the fire god to Bhasa, which is being told by various levels of other people. Now the sage who is consciousness, has forgotten himself, and he's been living the life of a householder for 16 years or thereabouts. And he's met an ascetic who's not having any truck with all his conventional notions of karma and all the rest of it. And at one point the ascetic addresses this sage who's forgotten himself as the teacher of the hunter. And the sage tells the hunter, I interrupted the ascetic speech and asked him, how and why did you refer to me as the teacher of the hunter? So the sage is telling all this to the hunter. The sage is telling of the time that he forgot who he was. And this ascetic reminded him. The ascetic replied, listen, I shall tell you what is going to happen in the future. I am an ascetic with long-standing asceticism. You are a righteous person. Therefore, when you listen to this truth, you will be happy. You and I will continue to remain here and shall not leave you. We get this telling of the future on several occasions in the Yoga Vasistha. It's a way of going beyond time. We sometimes are encouraged to feel a sense of bigness which takes us beyond space. But this narrating of future events is designed to take us away from the idea that our existence is somehow dependent on the past and on what is to come, and that we are somehow caught in between these two non-entities, the past and the future. So we get the future spelled out for us, so then we can put the future behind us. After some years, there will arise a great famine here. In that, all your relatives will perish. The vicious kings will then wage war with one another and destroy all the rest. We shall, however, know no sorrow, since we are knowers of the truth, and since we are unattached to all. In other words, they're free from all attachments. We shall continue to live here at the foot of a tree. In the course of time, a nice forest will grow here. That forest will resemble the pleasure gardens that abound in heaven itself. The sage continued. The ascetic said, both of us will be engaged in austerities there in that forest for a considerable time. And they're getting on with the austerities simply because that's what they do. There's no goal or aim. They are living the lifestyle of the ascetic. They could have been householders or whatever. They're just getting on with their lifestyle. To that place will come one day a hunter in pursuit of game. You will enlighten him with your talks and stories. He too shall renounce the world and engage himself in austerities in the same forest. He will question you concerning dreams in his quest for self-knowledge. And this is what started the whole thing off. A question from the hunter about the nature of dream, which meant the sage telling the hunter about the time he investigated this question himself and entered into the body of another. You will discourse upon self-knowledge, thus you will become his guru. Hence I called you the guru of the hunter. I have told you all about myself and you and what is going to happen to you in the future. I was astonished to hear all this. The ascetic continued to stay in the same house, and I devoutly worshipped him and served him. I remain here like a mountain, undergoing varied experiences. I do not desire death, nor do I wish to live. I am what I am, free from mental agitation. Thus I began to inquire into the nature of the objective world. What is the cause of this world? What is it, and who is aware of it? Surely the one infinite consciousness alone exists. The firmament, earth, air, space, mountains, rivers, and the directions are all but the same indivisible, space-like consciousness. They exist as notions in that consciousness. As such, there is no division or contradiction in it. These are not mountains, nor is this the earth nor space. This is not I either. All these are mere appearances that arise in pure consciousness. It's like a dream. What's the difference in a dream between a mountain and a river and the space in between? They're all the same. They're all the same. It's all consciousness.